only 5 weeks until Christmas Eve. I can't wait. It is time to think about that all-important Christmas tree.
Yeah, the Burnett is here to explain why investing in the artificial tree could last you a lifetime and what to look for. Two sorts of people, Georgina.
Oh.
Real and artificial when it comes to Christmas trees.
Well,
So
what are
you're
you?
gonna-
What are you?
I'm real.
You're real, are you?
So you're
What about you,
gonna-
Alison?
I'm a bit of both, to be honest with you. So last year
Have you
I
more
had...
than one?
Yeah, I had a real tree in the kitchen, and then in the living room I had a fake tree. So, you know, I
Do you
can
keep
spread it
that
about
fake
a bit.
tree?
Yeah, it's
That
still
yours?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
Still in the same room?
It's still... But I'm
Put it
thinking
away.
now I might take one of these and just not get a real tree.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, there are lots of different arguments for both, aren't there? Now, from a sustainability point of view, they say that you need to be keeping these for at least 8 years, but ideally 20 or more. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm going to keep mine for life.
Yeah.
In which case it's a sustainable option. But I think they need to be good ones, if that's the case. Now, in terms of cost, if you buy a fake one, then you put it away. They can break down, so you can put them in the loft easily. You don't have to pay for a new one each year, so that's a bonus. You don't have to vacuum up the needles. You don't have to water
Exactly.
it. So there are lots of good things for that. But also, some people have allergies. There's a naturally occurring mould that can appear on real trees that some people are allergic to as well. So there are some considerations that you need to think about. But what we're going to do today is look at these ones here. As different options, because they're all different styles. So this one here is from Wayfair. Now, this is a considered option. This is £579.99. And I'm going to say, because I know a lot of people will be struggling this Christmas, I've got a little tip for you. The shops are going to hate this, but if you go to shops after Christmas, they will have their display trees that are cut down massively on price. So if it's a bit of a pinch for you this Christmas, there's a little tip. That's what I do.
But is this 500 quid because it's the size it is? Like, is there a smaller
there are lots
version of
of
this?
reasons. So this is where the science comes in, Dermot. So you have, on the older kind of trees, they were all PVC needles. So
Yeah.
this one here, I don't know if you can see that, they're kind of flat.
They are
Okay.
amazing. It does look real.
Yeah, that's the inner ones, though. The ones you're looking at there are on the tips, and they are the PE ones. They've been moulded from actual fir trees, so that's why you get that 3D effect. So they kind of tend to fill out the inside with the sort of the PVC stuff.
I see.
And then the
That's
end
like
tip.
the greengrocers.
Yeah, exactly.
stuff.
So that's how you get a realistic-looking tree when you're up close to it as well.
It really does look real.
Yeah, so that, I mean, it's huge as well. This is 8 foot. So that one
Can you
is
get like
580.
different? Can you get like a 6 foot or a 5
Yeah,
foot?
they do them in different sizes. They come pre-lit with these warm lights. You've got 800 lights, and they're on a memory thing, so you can do different, like flashing or fading, all that sort of thing, if you like that sort of thing. So lots going on with that one there. Now, if you're somebody who is not bothered about decorating a tree, or you like a sort of more sort of natural thing, you've got this one here, which is the berry and cone one.
Oh,
this
nice.
is from the range. This is £119, and it's 6'5". So that's a slightly smaller size. These are all the sort of flat PVC needles on this one, but I still think it looks quite realistic. Just a little tip, by the way, do not have the metal legs on display. You can either get these lovely wicker skirts these days, they're very fashionable, or you could DIY. I use a potato sack, which looks really nice and rustic. Or here, the clever team have put blankets around the bottom.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Just don't have those horrible metal legs.
Yeah,
on
I
display, 'cause
agree.
It completely ruins it. Or you could cover it with...
And also, when your
presents.
presents are there as well, it looks so much nicer.
Yeah, absolutely. Get wrapping early so that you can use that as part of your decoration. This one here, I have to say, I love this one. I like the flocked finish. You don't like this one, do you, Dermot? This is not your cup of tea.
Don't you like that one?
It wouldn't be my first.
Oh, that's the one I wanted. See
you
how
on the
different
spot
we
now.
are.
I know, and yet it's still.
I love it. I really like it. This is the PVC tips, but the thing is that with this one, you've got the sort of white flocking on it, which is really nice. The tips are the PE, but sort of inside you've got the PVC flat ones as well. I've learnt this fact, can you tell? So I'm going to keep going on about it. So, this is pre-lit with the warm white. I'm always one for warm white lights as well.
Me
I think they
too.
just look much nicer. This one, that one is from Christmas Tree World, by the way. This one is from John Lewis. It's the St. Petersburg one. It's to kind of emulate the blue spruce tree. This one's 7 foot, and this is £259. And this is quite a nice full one, I would say. Again, fairly realistic, but it depends if you want to have that kind of white grey look to it. Over here, these two, I'm going to turn around here because these are from Asda. You've got the rainbow one and you've got the rose gold. Now, rose rose gold has been very fashionable. Rainbow's been very fashionable. I would question, though, are you going to keep these for the 20 years?
20 years.
NHS, she could get that one, the NHS. Or Pride.
Yes, true.
A Pride tree.
True.
I like that.
So they are, obviously, they're small. You've got a 5'1" and a 6'1", and those ones are 55 and £40 from Asda. So they're more affordable, but you do have to think about whether you're going to be keeping them as well. So, and then the final one here, this is from...
I love this one.
Yeah, this is from John Lewis.
Isn't
This
it?
actually comes with the decorations.
It's fabulous.
So it doesn't come decorated, it just comes with the decorations. So you kind of, if you're a sort of person that doesn't have to think about what you're putting on there, and it comes pre-lit as well. But that one, when you're up close, it doesn't look quite as real as the much more expensive ones, but that one is £150.
So you have to put the decorations on that. But then that's part of the ritual, right? I mean, that's kind of the nice thing to do.
Well, you could add to that as well, couldn't you? You could add some more to that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, I think what some people struggle with is the fact that you've got, you don't know how many decorations to put on. So for this one here, they recommend you put 196, not 197,
it's quite
not 195. I would say you don't need that many.
What, 196 decorations?
Yes. I think you
think I've
don't
got
need that many. I think with something like that, you could have a really nice pop of colour, maybe a fuchsia pink, and just a few of them on there, or a teal. Go for something a bit different. This is obviously a much more traditional one. It's you've got the reds and the golds, so it depends. I always say, though, as well, make sure that it doesn't clash with the decor that you've already got in your room that you're putting it into. There's so much to think about these Christmas trees. I've just made it a real problem for you, haven't I?
How hard, because I've never had an artificial one, how hard are they to pack away?
So with all of these ones, OK, you break them down into parts. Now, what I do is I wrap sheets around them so that it keeps them all in, because I've only got a small loft hatch. So then you can pull it up. It's always the best job of the year is putting the Christmas tree away. But actually, because they break down, you can close them up together. It does mean that they will pack away nice and neatly, which is really important for, you know, if you've only got a small amount of storage space for the trees, because that is one thing to consider if you are going to get an artificial tree, isn't it? Is where you're going to keep it for the year long. But I do think that if you like your real trees and you're going to miss the smell, you can also get those scented sticks that you put in. I don't know if you've ever come across these.
No.
They are so realistic. I walk into my lounge and I think Christmas, because I can smell the fur, and it really does work. So you just tuck them into the tree, you don't see them.
What kind of pine needle kind of smell?
Well, yeah, exactly. And it does. It smells really realistic. So if that's the thing you're going to miss, then that's something you can do as well.
Are you back next week doing real trees?
I'm not, no.
You're not?
Good idea.
We are doing real
I'm going to be
trees.
climbing a tree next week. So.
Okay. Well, have a lovely
What's
time.
your top pick, though? Which is your favourite? Come on.
I really like this one.
See?
I think...
Same as mine.
Yeah, do you know what? I like the fluffiness of it. I like the sort of, the fact it's really nice and soft, but also the colour scheme, I think, is going to be... It's all about the colour scheme, you see, Alison. I just think it's easier to put into a home.
Yeah,
you don't need to
agree.
put too many decorations on there, because it's kind of a sort of focal point as it is, I think.
Put it in the bag, babes. Put it in the bag.
Yeah, I'll keep it on the side for you, all right?
Never ending
bag.
Derms, what's your favourite before we go? This one,
Yeah,
because that's the one that looks
one.
most
You would
real.
go for the expensive one, wouldn't you?
I know. Anyway, listen, thank you, Georgina.
Thanks, Georgina.
Georgina. Details of all today's products, as well as more suggestions, are available on This Morning app. Just shop the show.